Welcome to US Movie Recaps. In today's video, we will be enjoying an action-adventure film, entitled Ultimate Avengers. There will be spoilers ahead, chill out and enjoy. In the North Atlantic in 1945, a squadron of B-24 Liberators transport the 101st Airborne Division. The radio announces that Berlin has been taken and Nazi Germany is expected to surrender. However, there are also claims of a Nazi superweapon that is aimed at the United States of America. The soldiers were in a plane going on a mission. While they are on the plane, one of them was trying to take pictures while others were just sitting quietly thinking about their families because they did not know whether they will be able to see their family again because according to one of the soldiers, the mission they are about to embark on is a suicide mission. Shortly after that period, the pilot gives them the sign that they have reached their destination. The door of the plane was open and all the soldiers come out of the plane using a parachute to get to the battleground. When the soldiers get to the ground, they all begin to fight with their guns. After a while some of the soldiers are dead and some are injured and suddenly another plane where Captain America can be found visit the place. When Captain America arrive at the place, he gives the soldiers the courage to continue with the fight. He leads some of the soldiers to the place where the super weapon is kept. However, when they get there, some scientists and beasts are operating some computers. Captain America and the soldiers attack the people that are inside the building. But when Captain America is still fighting, one of the scientists launches the super weapon. When the super weapon is launched, Captain America tries his best to stop the weapon but it is launched already. However, he jump on the weapon while it was in the air and fortunately he get access to a bomb which he used to destroy the whole weapon. And after bombing the super weapon, he lost consciousness and fell down into the sea. And none of the soldiers was able to help him, he got lost and nobody was able to find him. After a while, probably after 6 years, the general and some other people are on a ship to find out where they will be able to find the location where the body of Captain America was lying. After checking over and over again they could not find his body. But when they get to a point the professor told the general after trying to track his body with her laptop that they will have to move forward 182 meters before they will be able to find the body of the legend. The general agreed with her and they took another ship to find his body. The general and the professor were the only ones that moved forward to find the body of Captain America. After moving for a while the professor controls the ship and she penetrates a closed path to find the body of Captain America. When they find his body, immediately they make an arrangement to carry him for better treatment. The airplane carries his body to the lab of a great gamma scientist. The general commend the professor for her great work and the professor also appreciate him. 3 scientists were with Bruce Banner because he assigned them to the program. They call his attention to ask for the reason why he has chosen them for the program. Bruce answers them and tells them by giving them all the files and necessary information they might need and he gives them their assignment which is to assist Professor Ross in completing the rebirth chain. After telling them what to do he asks them whether they are having any questions. They all lift up their hands signifying that they are having questions. Dr. Bruce realizes that their question is about Hulk. Therefore he tells them that he is only asking them if they are having any questions apart from questions that are pertaining to the Hulk. They all dropped their hands and no one could ask any further questions. However, just after the conversation, Professor Ross rushed in so that she can inform the doctor about the good news he is having for him. When Professor Ross meets Dr. Bruce, she tells him that they have been able to see the body of Captain America. Dr. Bruce was extremely happy because he had been expecting to see his body. However, after hearing that, Dr. Bruce and Professor Ross run to examine his body. But when they are on their way to the place where his body was kept, his body has been laid down on a device so that his body can be scanned. While the device was scanning his body a man arrived so that he can examine his eyes closely. But unfortunately, when he was examining his eyes, Captain America opened his eyes and began to fight with the man. Suddenly Dr. Bruce and Professor Ross also arrive at the scene but they cannot do anything to stop him. The soldiers run so that they will be to stop him but he fights with all the soldiers and beat them all. No one was able to stop him till he run out of the lab. When he get out of the lab, he was attracted by the sea and while he was waiting at the seaside, a huge plane visit him and he was taken back. However, 2 astronauts were seen operating on some device outside the satellite. Meanwhile, the general and other staff were in the satellite. Suddenly, they realize that there is a particular spaceship that is coming around them from afar. The general instructed the astronauts to make sure they leave where they are so that they will not be affected by the coming spaceship but before the information could be passed to them the spaceship has arrived already. The astronauts did not have anything they could to escape and suddenly, the spaceship hit their satellite and the astronauts fell off the satellite. The satellite was also affected and the whole staff that are inside the satellite were all affected including the general. The general enters another room and 3 faces appear to him because they were aware of the problem they are passing through. While the general is with them, the satellite is destroyed. One of the three faces that appear to him asks him how long it will take him to bring in another spaceship. But the general refused to answer because he did not want to destroy other people's lives again. The faces conclude their conversation with the general by telling the general to bring in another spaceship with Captain America so that he can help them accomplish the mission. Meanwhile, Captain America is still receiving treatment from the lab. However, before the general could pass the information to Dr. Bruce about Captain America, Dr. Bruce and Professor Ross were discussing. And in their discussion, Bruce tries to convince Professor Ross that he will try his best to correct all the mistakes he had made earlier. But Professor Ross did not believe him. Suddenly, the general entered and informed Dr. Bruce and Professor Ross about the mission he is having for Captain America. Dr. Bruce suggests helping instead of disturbing Captain America, but the general told him that he cannot allow him to do that because he did not have the ability to control himself. Fury and Captain America try to recruit the Norse god Thor, who rejects the offer to continue environmentalist protests. The resulting recruits are Captain America, Bruce Banner, Iron Man, Giant Man, Wasp, Natalia Romanoff, and Betty Ross. Fury briefs the team about the aliens, named the Chitauri, and the use of the metal vibranium, while Banner struggles to repress the Hulk persona and Captain America is hesitant of leading the Avengers. Team's first mission is to capture a Chitauri spy which has breached a SHIELD facility. The Avengers disregard Captain America's orders and follow their egos, resulting in failure which allows the alien to escape with all sufficient information about SHIELD. Fury fires Hank Pym, who is followed by his wife Wasp. Iron Man resigns immediately. Captain America also chooses to leave Fury, feeling unready to fight the Chitauri. Desperate for soldiers to combat the coming assault on SHIELD's New York facility, Fury demands that Banner applies his Super-Soldier Serum to all of his candidates, only for Betty Ross to learn that Banner was only using the serum as a diversion to find a way to control the Hulk. Banner steps into a rebirth chamber, which transforms him into the Hulk, while still maintaining his mind. Fury and the Black Widow lead a failing attack against the alien invaders, but each Avenger shows up, now joined by Thor, to send the three ships crashing into the ocean. Banner loses control of his thoughts and the Hulk retains his own childlike and violent personality, brutally killing every last Chitauri and then lashing out against the Avengers. The Hulk proves strong enough to knock out a full-size Giant Man, damage Iron Man's suit and even, with effort, lift Thor's hammer Mjolnir. The Avengers manage to inject the Hulk with a high dose of Banner's medication, and Betty Ross calms the Hulk long enough to let the drug render him human again. Banner is kept in a glass cell for breaking Fury's trust, and the Avengers celebrate their success against the Chitauri and praise a wounded Captain America for leading them as a team. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified whenever we publish the next recap. Till then, take care. See you next time.